These widely believed myths have been mistaken as facts for years. Sometimes it can be hard to separate fact from fiction, especially when so many of the facts we've spent our whole lives believing are actually enduring myths and misconceptions. These common myths seem true because we've heard them time and time again. We may have even learned them from our parents or been taught them at school. Nevertheless, it's more important than ever to call out the false facts that far too many people still believe, whether they're related to our furry friends or the current pandemic. Let's dive into the truth behind some of the most persistent common myths. 1. Bulls get angry when they see the color red. It's a common belief that the bright red capes used by matadors make bulls angry. But in reality, bulls are red-green colorblind. The movement of the cape, not its color, triggers the bull's charge. 2. Goldfish only have a 3-second memory. Contrary to popular belief, goldfish have much better memories. Research indicates that goldfish can remember things for up to 5 months. 3. We only use 10% of our brains. The idea that humans only use 10% of their brains is a myth. Neurologists confirm that we use virtually every part of our brain, and most of it is active almost all the time. George Washington had wooden teeth. George Washington did have dental problems, but his dentures were made from ivory, gold, lead, and even other human teeth, never wood. The myth likely arose from the ivory becoming stained over time. Women accused of witchcraft were burned at the stake during the Salem Witch Trials. Most accused witches during the Salem Witch Trials were hanged, not burned at the stake. The myth likely stems from the medieval European practice of burning accused witches. You need to drink at least 8 glasses of water every day. The idea that everyone needs to drink 8 glasses of water daily isn't a hard and fast rule. The amount of water you need depends on various factors, like your health, activity levels, and environment. You'll get cramps if you go swimming right after you eat. Swimming after eating does not cause cramps. While digestion does require blood flow, it's not enough to prevent your muscles from working properly. In the days of Christopher Columbus, everyone thought the world was flat. By the time of Christopher Columbus, educated people knew the Earth was spherical. This myth about a flat Earth persists, but Columbus was not among those who believed it. Dogs only see in black and white. Dogs can actually distinguish between colors, though not as vividly as humans. They see the world in shades of blue and yellow rather than in black and white. Adding salt to water makes it boil faster. While salt water will heat up more quickly than pure water, it has a higher boiling point, which means it doesn't actually boil faster. Your body can't digest gum at all. It passes through your digestive system and exits through your stool, just like other indigestible materials. You swallow 8 spiders a year while sleeping. There's no evidence to support the claim that you swallow spiders in your sleep. Spiders generally avoid humans, and the vibrations of a sleeping person would likely scare them away. The Great Wall of China is the only man-made structure visible from space. Well, actually, the Great Wall is not the only man-made structure visible from space, and it's not even the most distinguishable. From low orbit, highways, airports, and bridges are also visible. Marie Antoinette said, "Let them eat cake to spite the poor." But Marie Antoinette never said, "Let them eat cake." The phrase was attributed to her years after her death and has no basis in fact. Napoleon Bonaparte was extremely short. In reality, Napoleon was actually of average height for his time. The myth of his short stature likely comes from British caricatures that exaggerated his features. A penny dropped from the top of the Empire State Building could kill someone. Well, actually, a penny is too small and flat to gain enough momentum to be deadly. At most, it would feel like being flicked on the forehead. Albert Einstein failed math class. Contrary to popular belief, Albert Einstein did not fail math. He was actually a top student mastering differential and integral calculus by the age of 15. You have to wait 24 hours before submitting a missing persons report. In reality, there is no waiting period required before filing a missing persons report. In fact, acting quickly is crucial to finding someone who is missing. Touching a toad will give you warts. Well, actually, toads cannot give you warts. Warts are caused by human viruses, not toads. The forbidden fruit in the story of Adam and Eve is an apple, but the Bible does not specify that the forbidden fruit was an apple. The idea likely comes from a mistranslation of the Hebrew word malus. Your hair and fingernails continue to grow after you die. Hair and nails don't actually grow after death. Instead, the skin around them retracts due to dehydration, making them appear longer. If you touch a baby bird with your bare hands, its mother will reject it. This is another myth. Most birds do not have a strong sense of smell and will not abandon their young because of human scent. Drinking alcohol raises your body temperature. While alcohol might make you feel warmer, it actually lowers your core body temperature. Cracking your knuckles too much will cause arthritis. Cracking your knuckles does not cause arthritis. The noise is just collapsing gas bubbles, though it might weaken your grip over time. Georgia produces the most peaches of any state in the US, actually. California is the top producer of peaches in the US, not Georgia. Sugar causes hyperactivity in children. However, studies have shown that sugar does not cause hyperactivity in children. The belief is a common misconception. Bats are blind. In reality, bats are not blind. In fact, they can see better than humans in some situations. Lightning never strikes twice. Well, actually, lightning can, and often does, strike the same place more than once. Humans only have 5 senses. In reality, humans have more than 5 senses, including balance, temperature, and pain, among others. Shaving your hair makes it grow back thicker. However, shaving does not affect the thickness, color, or rate of hair growth. It only makes the hair appear thicker temporarily because of the blunt tip. Chameleons change colors to blend in with their surroundings. But, actually, chameleons change colors to regulate their temperature and communicate with other chameleons, not to camouflage themselves. Oh, and by the way, the Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4th. While Congress approved the Declaration on July 4th, 1776, it wasn't actually signed until August 2nd of that year. Bananas grow on trees. Well, not quite. Bananas grow on large herbs related to lilies and orchids, not on trees. And here's another fun fact. Dogs don't sweat through their tongues. Dogs primarily sweat through their paw pads, not their tongues. Panting helps them cool down, but it's not the same as sweating. It's safe to eat food that's been on the floor for 5 seconds or less. The 5-second rule is a myth. Bacteria can transfer to food almost instantly upon contact with a contaminated surface. All deserts are hot. Deserts are defined by their lack of precipitation, not by temperature. Some deserts, like those in Iran and Greenland, are cold. Fortune cookies originated in China. Well, actually, fortune cookies were invented by a Japanese immigrant in California in the early 1900s. The sun is yellow. Not quite. The sun appears white when viewed from space. Its color only appears yellow or orange from Earth due to atmospheric scattering of shorter wavelengths. Cinco de Mayo is Mexico's Independence Day. Actually, Cinco de Mayo celebrates the Mexican victory over France at the Battle of Puebla, not Mexico's independence, which is celebrated on September 16th. You should urinate on someone if they get stung by a jellyfish. Urine is not an effective treatment for jellyfish stings and can actually make the sting worse. Hot water is the recommended treatment. President Richard Nixon was successfully impeached. Nixon resigned before he could be impeached. The process was underway, but he left office before it was completed. Brown eggs are more nutritious than white eggs. The color of an egg shell is determined by the breed of the chicken and has no bearing on its nutritional content. Going outside with wet hair makes you sick. Colds are caused by viruses, not by going outside with wet hair. Peanuts are a type of nut. Peanuts are actually legumes, not nuts. They are more closely related to beans and lentils. Twinkies have no expiration date. Twinkies have a shelf life of about 25 days. They do expire, contrary to popular belief. There is one universal sign language. Sign language varies by region and country, just like spoken languages. American Sign Language, or ASL, and British Sign Language, known as BSL, are two entirely different languages. Sugar causes headaches. Headaches after eating sugar are more likely related to fluctuations in blood sugar levels or other dietary factors, not directly from sugar. Myth: putting your laptop on your lap will cause infertility. This myth gained attention in 2011 when Argentinian researchers published a study in the journal Fertility and Sterility, claiming that the radiation from laptops could impact sperm production. However, these findings were quickly debunked by other scientists who found no significant evidence to support this claim. Misconception: the odds are always 50-50 in a coin toss. In 2007, a group of Stanford University researchers disproved this common belief. After flipping numerous quarters, they discovered that a coin is more likely to land on the face that was facing up when the toss began. The actual odds are closer to 51-49, so be sure to note which side is facing up before you make your call. And there you have it. 49 common myths debunked. Remember, not everything you hear or read is true. Always dig a little deeper to find the facts. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe for more content like this. See you next time.